My name is William Shakespeare. Though the years between us may seem endless, the questions in your heart are familiar to mine. Because while the world changes, human nature remains brilliantly and tragically consistent. I was not born into wealth or certainty. My family's fortunes rose and fell. My days were filled with work, silence, and quiet observations that would shape me more than schooling ever did. I listened to the fear behind laughter, the pride behind sorrow, the longing in those who acted as if they needed nothing. I watched people carry their dreams in clenched fists, and their regrets in soft whispers. And as I stood on muddy streets, beneath cold skies, I came to understand that what truly moved people was not spectacle, but honesty. So I began to write. Not to impress, not to be remembered, but because the ache in people's stories demanded a voice. I did not offer answers, only reflections. Love, ambition, grief, betrayal, these are not exclusive to a century or a class. They belong to anyone who has dared to feel deeply. You see, I wrote of kings not to glorify them, but to reveal that even power cannot silence guilt. I wrote of fools not for jest, but to show that wisdom often wears strange clothes. I wrote tragedy not to leave people in darkness, but to light the path toward meaning. Because pain, while unwelcome, often teaches more thoroughly than comfort. I have known failure, the kind that makes you question whether to continue, whether your voice matters. My early works were disregarded. Some mocked, some ignored. Still, I kept writing. Not because I believed in myself, but because I believed in people's need for truth. Success came later, slow, uneven, surprising. But fame, I learned, is not fulfillment. Applause fades. Legacy is distant. What remains is this. Did you speak sincerely? Did you touch a heart, however quietly? If you did, that is enough. Love, I found, is not always gentle. It asks much. It demands honesty, not flattery. It invites you to be seen fully, even when you wish to remain hidden. Real love persists, through beauty's fading, through pride's unraveling. It stays when the curtain falls. It chooses you again, not because you're easy, but because you're real. And that kind of love, quiet, patient, steady, is worth every ache. I've seen many chase love that dazzled, only to find emptiness behind the shimmer. So I say this: choose depth over decoration. Choose the hand that steadies you, not the spotlight that blinds you. Let me speak of envy. Envy disguises itself well. It wears the face of ambition, but its heart is insecurity. I watched envy ruin friendships, marriages, peace. It compares and calculates, treating joy like a competition. But joy is not a race. Your path may not sparkle. Your name may not echo. But if you live with grace, you've succeeded, and makes success feel earned. I've failed, not because I lacked skill, but because life tests even the brave. Every failure gave me clearer ink. Every stumble made the next line truer. You will fall. You will rise. You will rewrite, reshape, return. That is growth. That is life. Let me speak of truth, not as a concept, but as a commitment. To thine own self be true. A phrase you may have heard, but one that must be lived, not quoted. Being true does not mean being perfect. It means being honest, especially when it's difficult. It means standing firm when the crowd leans another way. It means choosing the quiet path when the loud one promises attention. I've seen people lose themselves chasing approval. I've done it, too. But approval fades, and performance becomes exhausting. Integrity remains. So I say, write your days with purpose. Let your choices rhyme with your beliefs. Let your regrets teach, and your hopes persist. You are not a role to be played. You are a soul to be known. Speak gently, hold space for others, even when their views clash with yours. Offer kindness without condition. It may be forgotten, but kindness does not exist to be remembered. It exists to restore. In my lifetime, I've seen empires rise and fall. I've watched wars begin and end. But the only victories I trusted were the ones won in the heart. Peace is quiet. So is growth. So is love. If you find yourself overwhelmed, return to stillness. It is the beginning of every wise thought. You need not be loud to be heard. You need not be praised to be valid. Live humbly, stand firmly, and keep your eyes open, especially to your own soul. You are a story, unfolding, evolving, unfinished, as all great works are. Write it bravely, edit it kindly, and let it speak for you long after your final scene. If you fear your words won't matter, know this. Even now, centuries later, someone listens to mine. Because I spoke with sincerity. And that, not legacy, not fame, is what endures. Thank you for listening, and I believe you are worth hearing. William Shakespeare.